Hi, I'm Ava Devine, and you're watching Ava Devine's Bad Advice. I'm not a licensed therapist or physician, but I am an expert, or shall I say sexpert, in giving bad advice. Hello, everybody. Hello, my divine disciples.
Hello.
Okay, so I'm here with the Mia James. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I love you.
I love you. I know. I'm like, it's just girl talk.
I know, exactly. Totally. It's going to be,
so
but it's going to
fun.
be fun because there's a lovely audience out here.
I'm excited.
All right, let me give you guys her street cred. Okay, she's an adult film actress, okay, who began in early 2022.
Yeah.
Wow, kind of wet behind the ears and wet elsewhere, but we'll see. Okay.
A little bit.
Yeah, but she shot for the most elite production companies such as Bang Bros, Brazzers, Naughty America, Reality Kings, Digital Playground, Evil Angel, and the one that I discovered you on, Kinks.
That's
right?
my favorite.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. Okay, so Miss Beautiful Mia James, will you introduce yourself to the crowd?
I will. So I am Mia James. Thank you for such a lovely introduction. But yes, I have been doing adult films since early 2022. I did start camming in 2017. That was kind of like my little introductory run. And yeah, I'm here now. I don't know how I ended up here, but I'm here.
Well deserved.
So I love it. Yeah.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah. A lot of hard work.
Yes, exactly.
People don't think it's a lot of work, but it is a lot of work.
They do not.
No, nobody sees what's behind the scenes.
Exactly what we go through, right?
Yeah.
But we're here and we're here to say hello to everybody on Ava Devine's Bad Advice. And I wanted you to come on the show because we hung out a couple times.
Yeah.
And I've had nothing but great times with you. I think your personality and your beauty is like top notch, and you're so fun and you're so down to earth. Like, like when you see if I was to see you out in like a restaurant or something, I'd be very intimidated. Like I'd be like, oh God, she's I get
that a lot. And I'm such a little nerd.
She's so down to earth, so warm and welcoming.
Oh, yeah. I love you, Ava.
I love you. I
Mia. Really do. From the moment I met you, I was like, this woman is just magnetic.
No, well, that's how I felt about you. So I'm really happy. So
I'm like, that's a top tier compliment. I had a fangirl moment when I met you.
I did too, especially when you told me we met at AVN, like originally at the red carpet. Mm-hmm. And you told me about the way I give head.
Mm-hmm. I know. I'm like the most appropriate way to say that. Yes. I had a boyfriend when I was like in my early 20s, and he was obsessed with you.
No way.
I'm not even kidding. And I just remember I was not that sexually experienced. And I remember being like, Ava Devine, like, I'm going to do everything like this woman.
I can't believe it. Isn't
that crazy?
Yes.
And I'm like, here we are.
I know.
And I love you to death.
We're so close and warm and fuzzy with each other. I love it.
But I love that you're just a girl's girl. You want to see everyone succeed.
You too.
And that's something that I appreciate, especially doing this. When you find women who are like, it's not competitive. It's just we're all doing the same thing. We're all trying to be out here making our money and being successful. And I'm like, I keep you guys around.
You do, exactly. And there's enough money and fans and love to go around, right?
Yeah. And there's something for everyone.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be one niche or one genre. And I love that. Like when I find other women who are just like, yes, we all want to win.
Yes, exactly. But look, we will, right? Because laws of attraction, right? We attract those people, right? And then right now we have our little herd. We got our girls.
We got our girls.
And then it'll eventually evolve. We'll get more girls because they'll be like, oh God, I like that. I want that energy. I want that kind of friendship. Yeah. So it'll evolve. Don't worry, we'll get a bigger clan. But we got a good crew.
We got a MILF Mafia. I love that.
Hashtag.
Wait, I know. I was like, we might have to do a little something with that.
I like that. Okay, we do. We have a good MILF Mafia.
I love that.
I love it. Yes. Okay, so I have to explain to my fans and everyone that's watching today is when I saw you on a kink scene, she was getting paddled and spanked. Yeah. To say the least, right? Because this is YouTube. It's
pretty hard. Yeah.
Yes, very roughly. Red marks, the whole 9 yards. Yeah. But There was a lot of sweat and it was like juicy because it was just like you were so into the moment with such glee and having such a good time that I was like, wow, that's hot. That's hot.
Thank you.
Yeah, and she popped up on my X feed.
Yeah.
I want to call it Twitter.
I know. I
show my
still
age.
call it
Yeah.
Twitter.
I love Twitter. But yeah, so she popped up on my X feed and I was like, oh my God, who is this? And then we met and then you're close with my girl, Rochelle Ryan.
Rochelle.
And then I was like, oh my God. And then we just kept on bumping into each other, hanging out, running into each other, doing all that.
I know, that's always how it works, right? We always run into each other eventually.
Yes. Right? It's a small world, but it's not,
Yeah.
And that laws of attraction.
I know.
Right?
Good people.
Yeah, we're magnetic to each other. Okay, but I know everyone wants to hear a little bit more about your career and how did Mia James come about?
This is actually a funny story. So I'm an Aries. Let's start off with that. And I can be, when I get my little lick back, it's very calculated and it's very, I always say I'm like a time bomb, right? Like I may not get it back right away, but it's very planned. And so I was talking to somebody in the industry. I was outside of the industry at the time and it was just a hot mess of a situation. But you know how men are, they're kind of like, they're cool with everything at first. And I thought this person would be cool with a lot because they're also industry.
Sure.
And then it became all these certain rules. Well, I don't want you shooting with this person or you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that. And I don't think you should get into adult film. And I was like, because at the time I had my other site, my OF.
Okay, but you were camming as well.
Yes.
Before you met the
guy.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. And so I was only doing solos and girl. So much different than everything else. And you know how guys can be. And so I just remember, and it was let me add this in there. It was a poly relationship.
Okay.
So he had already had another partner.
Okay. So why don't you explain, just in case if people don't know what a poly relationship is?
So multiple partners, everyone is aware and consenting of the situation. And so, he kept being like, I don't think this is for you. I don't think.
The adult or the
adult
camming?
film.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, it's really not that much different than what I'm already doing. Yeah. And eventually I was like, this kind of feels like a control thing, right? So I went, and he's been in the industry a very long time. So I went and I signed with Motley.
Okay.
Yeah,
and Motley is an agency for adult
yes.
films. Okay.
And I just popped up one day and I was like, hey, this is what I did today. And he was like, what? He was like, why would you do that? Like, big deal. But it was just at the same time, I had also had, I have 2 kids, you know this.
Yes.
So their dad was he had found my OnlyFans. He had found, my camming, all of those things. And it was just a mess. He had been, running me through the mud for months about what I was doing. And then I had this other person who was like, I don't think you should do that. And I was like, screw you both.
Yeah.
I'm going to do what I want.
Good.
And that's how I got into it. And ironically, I never wanted anybody to know that I was new at what I was doing. I don't know why that was a thing. It was kind of like a pride thing. Like, I didn't want to be the new kid. And which is so funny because you make a lot of money off of doing that in this industry.
They love the newbies.
But yeah, and I just remember approaching Becky, who went to the same gym as I do, and Becky is who does bookings for Kink. And she was like, oh, you do content, right? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, would you do a scene for Kink? And I was like, absolutely, because it's already things that I was doing in my personal life.
Okay, which is?
BDSM.
Okay, and you are a
sub. I know. I can switch it up.
Sure.
I can be dominant. And you and we actually cross paths shooting some content.
Yes.
But it doesn't come natural to me. So it's very much like I have to really like prepare and get into it. But yeah, I was like, of course, are you kidding? Like, yes. Like, I watched Kink.
Yes.
So it was a big one for me personally.
Yes.
You know, it was one of those like, I would love to do this. And so I shot with them for the first time, and I've shot a couple other scenes with them since. And
That's where I saw you.
I know. I know exactly what scene you're talking about too, because it got like over 1 million views.
Oof, I just got
X.
goosebumps. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you were bent over at some black.
Yes, in ropes. Yeah.
Yes.
And I know, I gotta watch what I say.
Yeah.
But it's stuff like that is so natural for me, and it's stuff that I really love doing. So I think when you enjoy doing something that much, it's always gonna make a good scene.
Yes.
So
Most definitely.
Yeah.
So then that skyrocketed your career,
yeah.
right? Because Kink hired you for a submissive. You were the submissive one.
Yes.
Obviously, when I was describing, but just in case people don't.
It was just beautiful, though. You know, I had cane marks on the back of my thighs, and they lasted for like weeks too. I was like, look how pretty they look.
Wow. Okay. So let's go a little bit further back.
Okay.
So you were always into the BDSM lifestyle. Like when did that start? When did you know, wow, I make a great sub?
So I think I've always been like that. You know how you kind of go through your sexual journey and you're like figuring out what you like.
Totally.
And people used to call me weird. They'd be like, well, that's weird that you like that, or that's weird that you like forced situations, or like, you know, those type of scenarios. And I grew up in Seattle. So there's a big kink community in Seattle. And it's kind of like underground, but there's so many events. And then when I was like in my early 20s, I got really into shibari, which is like the rope, like the actual tying of the ropes. And I had a couple friends who were photographers that would do the really pretty patterns.
Yes.
And I still shoot with them. Like I'll fly back to Seattle every once in a while because they're great at what they do, and my photos come out amazing. Oof. But that was kind of one thing spiraled into another. And I think I'm one of those people where I'll try anything once and I like to push my limits. So it was like it started with the ropes, and then it went into impact play, and then it went into all sorts of other things.
What's impact play?
So like the flogging and paddles. So hitting, essentially. Yeah. And then I got really into like electrostimulation for a while, which was one that I was super scared of at the time.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. But for kink, I mean, they have like the smaller stuff, but their big claim to fame, they have that cattle prod.
Yes.
And it's a cattle prod for cattle. So that one's on my no list. That one's a strong one.
Okay,
but
so
I'll do the little stuff.
Do it.
No.
Okay, I'm like, where would that be inserted? It's just
they zap you.
Okay.
But I don't know why. That's kind of my current obsession is electrostimulation.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like getting tased. I'm gonna tase you.
I don't know.
Maybe not today. Yeah.
Well, they have something. What is it called? It's called the violet wand. And so it has like the little connecting pieces, but then it has a grounding piece that you can put in your waistband. So then you can have the current run through your fingers. Girl.
You like?
Girl, yes. Because you can, whoever's doing it can sort of decide how much it hurts, right? So if you like trace your hands along somebody like this, and it's kind of like that tingly, like if you were to zap your finger in an outlet.
Yes.
But then like if you tap it, it's like an actual zap. Like it's harder. Oh, it's crazy. So one guy did it on me once, and I was like on his line every week. Like,
really?
Do you want to zap me this week?
Really?
He's like, Jesus Christ.
So like we'll find Mia like licking her fingers and putting in electric sockets.
That's what I do in my spare time.
Exactly.
That's so funny.
But okay, so it's like that zapping. Okay.
Yeah, I'm really into that right now. That's my new one. So.
Okay, so this was prior to your adult film career.
Yes.
That you were doing. You were experimenting with all this. Okay. Fun.
I know, and it's hard to find people.
I know. See, that's the thing. How is the trust factor?
Well, I think you have to know how to vet your doms too. I think that's a big one that people don't talk about. Like,
let's discuss it because
let's do it. I won't play in that aspect, like in BDSM or kink, with anyone who doesn't have a lot of experience doming. And because at the end of the day, you're doing things that could potentially hurt you or harm you if they're not done correctly, right? There's a proper way to choke somebody. There's a proper way to tie somebody up so that you're not, losing circulation and damaging nerves. And so I think before you go into any scenario with somebody in that regard, you have to, you ask questions. It's a consent thing too. What do you like? Like a proper dom isn't just about whooping
Exactly,
you,
exactly.
It's like what gets you off? What do you enjoy? What are hard no's? What are you kind of on the fence about? Like, what do you like, want to try, all of those other things? So all of those conversations need to be had beforehand.
Sure. So it's kind of like when you get on set and you go, what's my do's and my don'ts?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And you could tell that with the professionals.
Yeah.
Right? The
and I think
performers.
Right. And that's always how you can tell if somebody's shot content, right? It's a very open conversation.
Yes.
I tell my friends that too, who are outside of this industry, because I'm like, before I started doing adult film, I don't think I had ever had anybody ask me like, hey, what's completely off limits? What do you like? Which was so weird to me, because when you first start having those conversations, they can feel kind of uncomfortable.
Totally.
It's like, oh, I don't, especially as a woman.
Exactly. Like, and for me, I don't want to feel like a wimp or like,
right.
So I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like that,
Yeah. And you're so used to people being like,
exactly. Especially, like someone you meet like off at a bar, they're like, really? That's boring,
Yeah.
But on a set, right? They're like, I get it. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
Mental
note to self. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's what's so empowering about doing this too, is that it does kind of bring the ball back in our court. Because as women, as we grow up, we're always taught that we're sort of supposed to please men.
Yeah.
And sex isn't about us
so
much. And then the older I got, I was like, no, like, why am I wasting my time doing this if I'm not getting anything out of it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
you vetted your DOMs prior to the industry, the film industry.
Yeah.
And you'd like meet on an app or like a site.
FetLife was
okay,
one.
Yeah, I hear about that.
Yeah, FetLife's gotten to be an interesting place these days.
Yeah,
but
why is that?
I think there's just a lot of people on there who are like, oh, I'm Big Daddy Dom.
Yeah.
And, they don't know what they're talking about.
Totally.
But again, like, I've done this long enough now where I can tell talking to somebody if they're really going to be about, you know what I mean?
Most definitely. Exactly.
You can tell.
Exactly, for sure.
When they're putting tens on things.
Exactly.
I'm like, all right.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Now, were there clubs that you would go to?
There were certain events. I can't remember the exact name of the companies at the time that they were. I mean, this was like 10, 15 years ago. But Seattle is like notorious for this.
Fun.
It's so crazy. They have all these crazy events, and Seattle has an underground. So the whole city of Seattle burnt down back in the day, and they built completely over top of it. So there's all these like underground dwellings and stuff like that. So they do a lot of the stuff in there. They hold raves in there. Like,
ooh, I want to go.
Girl, you should go to Seattle. It's awesome. Like, it's such an artsy.
Yeah, it is.
I miss it. I just don't miss the weather.
No rain.
I'm like, no rain and gray.
Gloomy.
It's depressing.
No. Yeah. Okay, so then from there you were like very comfortable, and you met the adult film actor, and then you were like, so you just went to Motley and was like, hi.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Which is so funny because now looking back, Motley was like a big deal back in the day, and I just went and I emailed them like 7 pictures, and I was like, hey, I want to start doing this, and Dave Rock at the time immediately called me. And I was like, okay, I can do this. Because it was. I was like, oh, I'm not going to hear back from anybody.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
Whatever.
Exactly.
But I'll just give it a shot. Who cares?
Yeah.
I was just trying to piss somebody off, really.
Okay.
I was like, I do what I want.
Yes.
Damn it.
Yes. To you and you.
Yeah, exactly. Both of you. I'm going to do what I want when I want.
Okay, I like it. Okay. So what was your first scene?
It was for Kink.
Okay. Oh, wow. So it was just, now did you get that through the gym?
Yeah.
From
Yeah,
okay.
I know. And it's so funny because I never tell this story because everyone was like, thought I was shooting already. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I shoot content. I shoot my own content. But yeah, I didn't even have an agent when I shot that.
Really? And how did you know how to like open up from the camera? Or
I didn't. Girl.
Okay, so well, that's the good thing about Kink. You're like they're so professional that you're like rigged up, and they're like, here, they get the
you
angles.
just get a starfish it.
Exactly.
You just sit there like do it to me.
Yes.
I know there's not so much opening up to the camera, but I do remember my first boy girl.
Okay, which is what?
My first boy girl, I was for Team Skeet.
Okay.
And it was a threesome. So it was like, I mean, I'd had them in my personal life before, but it's different on camera.
Most definitely.
It's like a circus in there. You gotta, work around everybody.
Exactly. Open up.
Yeah. And again, I didn't want anybody to know I was new, even though I'm sure everyone knew. They were like, we've never heard of this girl before. But But yeah, I learned. But I pick up quick on things.
Yes.
So if I see other people doing things, I'm just going to do it.
Sure. And you love it.
Yeah.
So that helps. Yeah.
And it makes, I mean, it's not common sense, but it makes sense that you would have to open up so that the camera sees something.
For sure. But it is hard. Because like when I'm going down on a woman or whatever, and I'm like,
that's the hardest one.
Exactly.
Because it's the hair and then it's like.
And then my tongue's not 8 feet long. So.
Well, that part. I'm like, I actually want to make you feel good. But at the same time, you're like.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
And I want to look good. Like I like doing that. So it's like I want to get all up in it, but I'm like, I gotta side.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, exactly.
I know, and then I feel dumb.
Me too.
Because I'm like, I know this is doing nothing for you.
Or it looks ridiculous. But yeah, because it feels ridiculous, but it does look hot. Like because exactly that's why we have to open
glories.
up. Yeah, exactly. But okay, so in your private life, you've always been with women and
you had
a lot of threesomes.
I want to say I was young the first time back in the day when you're like partying, it's like, oh, we're going to make out for the guys. And that's where it started.
Yes.
But I don't think I was actually like with a woman sexually until I was like 24.
Okay.
23, 24. And then, it just spiraled from there. But I am like, it's weird. I'm a vibe person.
Yeah.
So like when it comes to women, like there has to be some sort of like mental stimulation.
Oh, of course.
You know what I mean?
Most
like,
definitely.
I always feel like people kind of pinpoint you like, oh, you like girls, so you just like any girl. And I'm like, no. But I guess I'm kind of like that with people in general.
Exactly, right?
The older I get, especially.
For sure.
I'm like, yeah.
Exactly. And the term's called demisexual. It's like, I need that chemistry. I need to be attracted to our chemistry.
Right.
Despite of gender or appearance or, right? So it's like, I need that connection.
Yeah.
Like that's just some kind of something that clicks. Yeah.
Yeah. Because to me, I'm like, what is sex without some sort of chemistry?
It's not robotic.
No. It's we're just going through the motions and it's like, it's cool, but I'm not going to get there like that.
Exactly. And do I feel fulfilled?
No. Yeah.
Exactly. And what's the sense of doing it?
Right? I know. You get older, you have less time, and you're like, this is a waste of my time.
Exactly, yeah.
I could have been finishing off something on my to-do list.
Exactly. Well,
this,
I would say I'm a great lady of the night because it's like time is precious.
Yeah.
Don't waste mine.
Waste yours.
Deal?
You know?
Let's spit and shake.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I love you so much.
Like, let's make a deal. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I love this. Okay. So let's see. Okay. So then you started doing like a lot of kink stuff and a lot of submissive stuff.
Yeah, I shot for kink like, the first time, it was like 2 times in the same month at first. And then Team Skeet was another one that I shot. I still shoot for them a lot.
Okay.
I love them over there. I'm like, it is what it is. My little milfy stuff.
Yes. Okay. So that's what your niche was. Like they were hiring you more for MILF stuff. Okay.
Yeah. And I think a lot of it is too, is that I'm real good with the talking.
Yes,
so I can just spit off at the mouth.
You and I were going to be trouble.
I know.
Can't wait.
It just flows. You know, it's like word vomit.
Yes.
And then sometimes I'm like, oh God, what just came out of my mouth?
Yes.
And they love it.
Yes,
they're like, yes, that's it.
Yes.
That's it.
I love that. Yay.
I know.
Okay. Good. Okay. So then that's when your career took off and you were getting scenes for submissive roles and MILF stuff.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
I'm all for it.
Me
and
too.
Kink knows. I'm like, you guys have me whenever you want me.
I love
You wouldn't
that.
even have to pay me really. But
yeah.
I'm like, I do it for free. Just every now and then. No.
Well, you know, a wise man told me, and I know I think this is the correct way to say it, but he said, Ava, if you make your business your pleasure, you will never have to work a day in your life.
Yeah.
And my business is my pleasure, or my pleasure is my business. So guess what?
Yeah.
I'm never working. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, you should be doing something you enjoy too.
Totally.
Or else it does. It feels like work and you get, I think this was the first year that I've had that started to feel like work. And I was like,
okay. Why is that?
It slowed down a lot. And mentally it messes with your head. I think that's been the hardest. First half of the year, it was great. It was normal. Actually, it was a little more shooting than I'm used to monthly.
Okay.
And then the last half of the year just slowed down. And I was like, nobody wants me.
Okay.
And
So
I think
please,
I've talked to you about this too.
please elaborate on that. Because a lot of, like we said, a lot of the fans or people watching don't understand the behind the scenes stuff, like the mental anguish.
Yeah,
right?
It is. I mean, we're just kind of twiddling our thumbs waiting for companies to call. I mean, if you're self-booking, to call you or to call your agent. But then when the calls stop coming, you start thinking, okay, well, what am I doing differently? Why do companies not want to shoot with me? I think as a woman, you're like, okay, am I putting on weight? Like you're looking at yourself in the mirror, like, am I getting old? Do I not? Is something off? Like, so I think it's
are the performers not wanting? Am I on a lot of no lists?
Yeah, that's the other part of it. You're like, who did I piss off?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's always internalized, and that's really hard mentally, I think, because our business is ourselves.
Sure.
And as much as people can put on a persona and everything like that for the internet, it's still very much me. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So when you kind of feel like the odd man out, and then you see other girls who are working more than you, and you're like, okay, like, but then you talk, I mean, that's why I love you, having you and Rochelle, because it's like, it puts you kind of back into reality. It's like, everyone that I've talked to who's done this has had those times.
Sure.
Where, you know, they're not getting booked as much, or they're all going through sort of the same mental anguish. And then you're like, oh, so it's not just me.
Yeah.
And that's kind of always how I pull myself out of it.
Yeah. And for me, I have to understand, this is like really important for me that I had to like work on, is that my dollar amount, my bank account, my likes on social medias, my amount of followers, or the amount of scenes I book does not validate me.
Right.
You know, and I got to keep telling myself that, because honestly, you know, I guess it's kind of like a numbers game, right? Right? So it's like, oh, how many scenes am I booking? How many likes do I have? How many followers? All this craziness. And honestly, it really doesn't. At the end of the day, I have to keep telling myself that doesn't validate who I am.
No.
And because there's the business, any business, ebbs and flows.
Exactly.
Apple's iPhones are blowing up, right?
Yeah.
Then it stops, right? Or Android this today, you know, whatever. It's like, everyone wants Pepsi. Now tomorrow everyone wants Coca-Cola. You know,
it's the stock market.
Exactly. Everybody, right? Everything ebbs and flows. Sometimes there's vast majority, like where I'm like, oh God, I need a break. Then I'm like twiddling my thumbs, right? Yeah, but the wonderful thing is, right? We understand who we are. Our fans are adoring and love us.
Right.
And we have certain platforms that we can market our own selves on.
And that's the great part about that, is now I've learned, like, okay, when things get slow, I'm not going to sit here and be like, what's wrong with me? I'll just put more effort and energy into my own stuff, my own shooting. Yeah. And that's kind of like where I've been this year. Yeah. Is I'm like, okay, I'm not going to let this bother me. I'm going to put this back into my own projects.
Totally.
And when you start, you know, conducting yourself in that manner, then everything just sort of falls into place.
Or sometimes I'll even use the downtime to like get better acquainted with myself or my spirituality.
Yeah.
Like, okay, maybe I'll go work out more at the gym this week, or maybe I'll go to like a yoga class, or like a 12-step meeting, or whatever. Like I have more time for those things. Like, okay, for me,
Well, yeah, that's what I've been doing kind of like this fall, is I'm like, there's so many other things that I'm good at.
Exactly.
And I'm like, you know, I'm recording music.
I want to talk to you about that. But go ahead, tell me you're recording music.
Yeah. You know, like I'm doing things that have always made me happy. But, you know, as you get older and you have life and responsibilities and all of those things, they all kind of go to the wayside. And I'm like, okay, well, then I'll just go and I'll do something else. This isn't my only thing. You know, this isn't who makes me me.
Yeah.
And it's easy to get caught up in that mentality, though, because we're all taught, like, you know, views is money, likes are money.
Exactly.
So you're sitting on Instagram, like, why didn't this post get anything?
How come I have this many on this post and not that many? You know, what did I do wrong?
And then the reels that you put so much creativity and time and effort in, they don't do anything. And then I'll go scroll through my phone and find like an extra 7 seconds of something I haven't posted, and it's like 500,000 views.
Yes.
Like, what?
Exactly.
Why?
There's no rhyme or reason.
I know.
Right?
And good old algorithm.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe just acceptance of everything ebbs and flows, and it doesn't have to be on my time. Right?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to work out on my time.
Yeah.
I'll give it to the universe or my higher power and let everyone else.
Girl, I'm telling you, the end of this year had me like, you know what? Whatever you got planned for me, you figure it out. Because I'm just going with the flow now. I'm not trying to force anything. I'm doing
Exactly.
things based off of what makes me happy.
Yeah.
And
Me too. And for me, I always say God does for me what I can't do for myself. People fire themselves. Like, I don't even have to open my mouth. People exit my life. Just,
right.
I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But didn't even think about that. But thank you.
Yeah.
You know, it just all works out how it's supposed to.
I know. I tell my friends all the time, you know, when they're going through stuff, it's like, you just have to try and view it as what is the universe, God, whatever you believe in, removing.
Yes.
What do I need removed from my life? I may not see it that way at the time. But eventually, later on in life, I'm going to be like, oh, that's why that happened.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
Okay, I needed to get rid of that
Yeah,
baggage.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's touch on your singing, and then we're going to answer some fans' questions.
Oh,
there's
so
a few.
excited
Yeah,
for the fans. Okay.
Okay, so tell me about your singing. I saw on a post of yours, because I do scroll your Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
You were singing with, like a split screen with another gentleman, or he was.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you really did your research.
I know. Is that stocky and weird?
I don't know. I kind of like it when you stalk me, Ava. I'm like, I'm kind of into that. You show up
Bring
at my window, like,
bring on the creepers.
Wear a mask.
Yes.
Break into my house. You have my consent.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've always done music since I was little kid. I played piano since I was 5. I moved out to LA at 18 because I was like, I'm gonna make it big. You know how everybody does. It's LA, right?
Yeah, sure.
And then somebody had found me off of YouTube at 18 that worked with Universal at the time, Universal Music Group. And they were like, oh, okay, we're going to fly you to New York. We're going to develop you. We're going to do all these things, which is so much goes into that people don't realize. They were like, you need to lose 30 pounds. Because I was always a chunky kid. I've always been, I mean, I'm thick now, but I was I was a big girl at one point. Like my prom dress was a size 18.
That's okay.
Yeah. But you know what is crazy is that I thought so horribly of it back then. And now I have people who talk to me now that I've known my whole life. And they were like, girl, like you've always looked good.
I know.
And you're, you know, when you're young, you're like thinking everyone's talking crap and has all these opinions of you. And it turns out that nobody ever thought any of the things I thought about myself.
Exactly.
We're our own worst enemy.
Totally.
It's wild.
Right? And we got to unhinge that. We got to rewire.
Yeah. So I did the music thing, signed, it was Universal. They still offer developmental contracts, but you got to be like 14, 15. Yeah. They really want to mold you. And so I ended up working on a lot of other people's projects. I got screwed over a bunch of times too. And then I got married and got pregnant within the first year that I got married. So I was like, well, I can't tour anymore.
Sure.
Can't do any of those things. And it just kind of like fell back into my lap this past year. And I've been like, oh, don't pick that up again. Like, you know, I always say the music industry is like my, like the one that got away.
Okay.
You know, like my long lost love. Like it'll always hold a place in my heart. But doing music as a career, the business side of it, you got to have, it's the same thing with what we do. You have to have thick skin and it's not easy. Mm-hmm. And it's a lot of marketing and branding. And I didn't understand that at 18. But I'm like now, you know, thanks to adult film, I get those things now.
Yes.
I get what it is to be a brand, what it is to market myself, to kind of have this niche that you fit into. And so I was just like, you know what? I'm going to do this because I love doing it and because it makes me happy.
Perfect.
And I have the time to do it.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm like,
look at
you
that.
know, and it's weird how it kind of worked out that way because I'm like the whole half of the year slowed down and I was kind of like freaking out at first. And then I was like, oh, but I have this now and I know this person and I have all these people. I went to audio engineering school.
Wow.
I went to LA Film School. They have a recording program there. And when I was young, because I think I enjoyed audio engineering, but I wanted to have it for my own benefit. I was like, so I can record myself.
Wow.
And so I was like, I have all this equipment that I haven't touched in years. I know all these people that I went to school with who are now in big studios and working on legitimate projects. And I was like, they're like calling me like, are you going to do this again? Like, what's going on? So that's the next couple months I'll be out in LA, a couple weekends out of the month recording.
That's great. And you're going to tread lightly, right?
You're not
going to
I'm just
jump in and this is my game plan, right? You're
Which is so weird because not that I'm not taking it seriously, but I'm doing it. It's like my little passion project, right? And now that it's become my passion project, it's like all of a sudden this lane they were trying to find for me when I was at 18 has just kind of built itself.
Yes.
And it's completely
Look at
different.
The timing.
Yeah, it's completely different from what I was doing at 18, 19 years old.
Sure. Okay,
But,
so I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but then it's kind of like, maybe that's why it didn't work out to begin with, is because I was never being me. It was always like, you need to be this. You need to fit in this mold. And we're going to make you this type of singer. And you're going to be singing all this radio top 40 stuff. And I was like a little emo kid.
Okay, so I was going to interrupt you with.
Yeah.
What's your type of style of music, and would you demonstrate?
Oh my gosh, would I demonstrate, girl?
Just a little, like 3 verses or a verse. Okay.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm like,
well, what is your kind of style? Like, do you like hip hop, R&B,
so,
pop?
I'm classically trained vocally. So I sing pretty much everything, but right now I've been kind of going into the rock lane, which is very new for me.
Okay.
I've been learning how to scream properly.
Because there is a technique.
There is.
Yeah.
Oh, you can really screw up your vocal cords doing that. But it's different for me, but it just feels like it kind of fits.
Okay.
So I don't know.
So who would you like to aspire to be like? Any singer or rock band or anyone that like that you kind of like look up to?
Do you know who I've always been obsessed with is Paramore. They're like a little punk pop. Yeah. And but her voice, I'm telling you, like even outside of her genre of music is just, I always say Hayley Williams is an alien because she can just hit these notes. Her range is impeccable. Like she's got great stage performance. And it was crazy. I sent a song that I had to somebody that I used to do music with that I'm very highly regarded to me. And he was like, you sound like Marilyn Manson and Hayley Williams had a baby.
Marilyn Manson, hot.
And I was like, that is the best compliment.
No kidding.
And it's not anything that I tried to do. It was just like, what do I enjoy listening to? Because it is. It's just for me right now.
Yeah.
And if, I might release, I will release it. I'll share it when I start recording it. But I'm like, you can have me back on. We'll do a performance. Okay,
I would love that. But
I didn't prepare today.
No, but we were talking about laws of attraction. So obviously you were attracted to Hayley. What's her name? I'm sorry,
Hayley Williams.
Hayley Williams. And that's who you're drawn to because maybe you have that same vibe and energy and you can relate with her lyrical skills and, or her vocals.
It's
right?
just, it's weird how it sort of all unfolded because I had a band at 14.
How fun.
Yeah. We were an all-girl band and we ended up opening up for Pearl Jam just on a whim.
What?
So
that's huge.
It's so weird how, and granted, we were little kids. So they were like, oh, this is so cute. It's this all girls group that's low. We were 14. And we were only doing cover songs at the time, but it was like a charity event for Crohn's. And they were like, cool. Like, we're going to put on this charity event. We're going to have a bunch of little unknown kiddie bands open for us. And then they did their performance. I still have a guitar signed by Mike McCready from them. And, but we just bombed it. It was awful.
That's okay.
It was awful. But I've always been like in that lane or wanted to be in that lane. I had like a little emo band back when emo was like a thing, everybody in like early 2004.
Yeah.
And then when they signed me and I started working on music, they're like, you're going to be an R&B and a pop singer. And it was just this complete like 180 where it was like, okay, well, this is different.
Yeah.
And I can sing it, but my heart's not really into it, which I didn't realize that all that translates into what you're doing.
Totally.
Like you could hear it, and I was always like, okay, I got to be perfect pitch and perfect this. And now I'm just like, I just want to do it because I love doing it. It makes me happy.
Exactly. And this is who I am.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to sing a little bit of anything?
Oh, pass it, Ava.
Okay, so all right. So we'll have to get her back on the show for another time.
I'm like, girl, I'm getting raspy.
We like that. But okay. So what would you like to just belt out a little bit?
I can sing. Okay. Phone rings in the middle of the night. My father says, what you gonna do with your life? Oh, daddy dear, you know you're still number one. But girls, they wanna have fun.
Yeah.
Oh, girls just wanna have fun.
Oh, I got goosebumps.
I'm like, we'll do a little cover.
That's
Thank
great.
you.
You did a great job. That like turned me on. I'm like, could we do a scene when you're singing and we're tripping?
Oh my God. This is kind of.
Yeah. Okay.
That's new.
Yeah. All right. Well, stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. Yeah. Okay. So let me
sing Madonna. I'm all over the place, girl.
No, I love it. Well, we could do like a little 80s fucking melody thing. Oh, I said that for you. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
See, I'm proud of us. We've done really good.
I know. We have. Okay. Since we're running out of time, I do have some questions from some fans. Okay. Let's go to the first question. They were asking you for Mia James' bad advice. Okay. Let's see. Right.
I got a lot.
So they all emailed me on badadvicequestion@gmail.com.
Oh. Okay.
Plug. Okay. So Jack Spades 111 wants to know, Mia, you're so sexy. I love your work. Hold on.
Thank you.
Yes. I'd like to hear what makes you stand out as a performer. What are your specialties and what are your turn-ons?
Okay. I got to remember to say this appropriately.
Okay.
As a performer, I try to find in every scene partner something that I really, really enjoy. Like, I think the best scenes are a mix of performance and real sex. So that's really important to me. I do enjoy a messy blowy.
Okay.
I'm like, how can I say that? I know. I learned from Ava.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you.
I'm like, I like the spit strands.
Yes.
Just, those shots where they're just like,
beautiful.
That's my favorite.
Beautiful. Slobber, lipstick smeared, lashes falling off.
It's like my goal to get everything all the way down my throat. I try to get one photo of me all the way down with like my tongue out. I did it to Isaiah.
Girl, we need to.
I'm like, can I get my award for this?
Yes,
like on my phone, look at this.
Right.
For a
You're
week
like, exactly.
after.
I get it. I'm like, you guys look.
I know. I'm like, look what I did.
Yes. Good. I love that. Okay, that's great. Anything else you wanted to add to the question?
Major turn-ons, dominant men. Forever be dominant men.
Now, how about women? Do you like dominant women?
I do like dominant women. I think because I'm so dominant in my personality, like I need somebody to like put me in my place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm like mental note. Okay.
I like somebody to take the lead. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Okay. Here's another fun question.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Tyler Bags 86 asks, would you dominate me while wearing leather?
Oh, I would.
Okay.
That day that we ran into each other.
Yes.
So that was actually the first time I've ever shot content like that, being that dominant.
With Slayer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
And we need tips from him because I don't know how he can take that much, but it's wild.
It is.
I was like up to here.
Amazing. Hot.
I was like, but the whole time I'm like, oh, I could actually do this. This is fun. And I've always, because he told me, he said, I've been trying to shoot with you for a couple of years. And I did. I was kind of like, oh, like, if I have time, politely declined because it just made me nervous.
For sure.
I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to be honest with you. And that day I was like, look, this is how submissive I am. If I'm not doming you right, just tell me what to do.
Yes. No.
Just tell me how. Like,
I used to be like, how hard do you want me to hit you? Is that hard enough? Like, I would ask them questions like, not wrong.
It's because it is. It's different for me and it's new. And I think anything new is scary.
For sure. But I was told,
it.
and I was told the best doms are the best bottoms, best subs. So that's how I learned. And now I'm like, I really like doming.
Yeah. See, I feel like I hear this story.
You're on the verge. She's gonna make the switch.
Like the older you get, and like you're like, okay, I've done that for a while. But I was like, did you just turn me out right now? Because this is kind of fun.
It is, and it's all like a mental switch, but also it's like it's sexy because it's like this is what I would like to be done to me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to portray it onto you. I'm going to put that energy out on you now,
Right.
my sub. And I'm going to, and I don't know, like, I think it's hot. Like, several people are like, you really know how to peg. Like, I'm like, because I'm usually a greedy bottom. I'm like, my turn. But now I'm like, yeah. But now I'm like, okay, this is what I would want.
That's exactly what, it was funny because, the camera guy that he was working with, he was like, whoa. He was like, I turned on the camera and it was like a completely different person. And I was like, oh, that's great.
So hot.
But that's exactly what it was. And I'm like, what would I like to hear? What would I like done to me in that position? And so I'm like saying everything that's been said to me, and it just worked. And I was like, oh, I could do this.
I'm excited.
I could do this.
Yes, we're going to do it. We're going to do it.
I'm so down.
Yeah, we have a lot of things to do.
I know. We have a whole list going.
Exactly. Okay. Last but not least. Okay. Bally asks several questions.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. What's your favorite and least favorite positions?
Oh, favorite is doggy.
Okay. Why?
I just like somebody railing me from behind.
Okay.
I like feeling my ass. Oh,
yeah, no, you're good.
My booty,
that booty jiggle. Okay.
Yeah. I think it is like a power thing too, because like when you're getting it from behind and a dude will just like put his hand on the back of your head into the pillow. I like that stuff. Least favorite. I think my least favorite is reverse cowgirl.
It's hard.
It's just hard. Riding, fine. Like I do fine. But you know what it is too? It's the shape of people's member that makes the difference. Because if somebody curves up a little bit, then I'm like, I'm paying, you know what it is I can't completely let go in that position because I'm paying too much attention.
Me
like,
too.
I don't want anything to slip out and then I hurt you or you hurt me. And it's just like, I can't really fully enjoy it because I'm thinking too much.
Me too. I'll take one further. I get so in my head, like, is my roles and my positioning?
Oh, girl,
Can I, like, I'm like,
girl,
I'm
that's a
tired.
given.
Yeah.
No, I'll be riding. Let me cover this lower role.
Exactly. or just like all these things in my head. Yeah. But,
I know.
I will say, like, thank God for working out and to all my trainers because my strength is like, I could do it. It used to be.
I'm looking at the arms.
Yeah,
I'm like, I hadn't seen you in a while. Since
what do you mean
the other day from that? But I was like, girl, what'd you do? I was like, what happened? Because you look good.
Yeah, well, I had on a red long sleeves thing, but whatever.
You look good.
Thank you. Okay, so let's see. The other questions are, because Bally loves you.
Oh,
I know. What's your most memorable scene?
Ooh, my most memorable scene. There's two. There's one boy girl and
with
one
who?
Boy girl is Vince Carter.
He's the
best. I know.
We love you, Vince.
We do. We love a French man.
Yeah.
French men are nasty.
Yeah.
I've learned that. He was my first French guy. And after that, I've had a couple and I was like, God, you guys are all like this. Like, I'm in the wrong country. Like,
we're going to
France.
Yes, we're going. Seattle, then France.
But yeah, the thing about Vince is that, what his claim to fame is.
Do tell.
Is making women.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Waterfall.
Yes.
We'll call it waterfall.
Yes. Good word.
And that usually takes a while for me. So it's something I'm like, you're not going to do that on a set. You know what I mean? Like I have to have like consistent stimulation.
Pounding, or whatever.
And he's like, Vince is like, okay. He's like, okay.
Yeah.
And every single girl he shoots with is just like, it's just his thing. He's just amazing. Good at it.
Yeah, he's just that.
And it was so funny because we're in the middle of shooting. It was for Kink too.
Of course.
So we're in the middle of shooting for Kink, and I'm like tied to this, what they call like the horse,
Yes.
And Marcos is shooting. I don't know if you know Marcos Rivera, sweetheart. But I'm just so into it, right? That it happened twice. And I literally, they called cut, and I'm like, Marcos, did you get that on camera? He's like, girl, this is my job. What do you mean did I get it? I was like, no, did you see it? Did you see it? Like,
right, because it was that good. You were like, please, I need this captured.
I know. Because it's hard to do on set.
Yeah.
Some of these girls who are like, doing it, that's their claim to fame. I'm like, I have to be like completely out my head, right partner, right stimulation.
For sure.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it's not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. No pressure.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your other? What's the second? Yeah, you forgot.
Girl, I know.
Lost. Yeah. She's like, where am I?
Flashbacks.
Yeah. It's like, where am I? What's going on? Okay.
I had a girl, and it was when I first started in the industry, and actually, Ava, it may have been my first girl. So I was super nervous.
Yes. Okay. Who was it with?
Ruby Moon.
Okay.
Have you heard of her? Okay. She's a little, of course, like a little teen.
Yeah.
I want to say she's like 26.
Yeah.
But she came in and I saw her and I was like, oh, she's not going to be into girls. And I was like, it's going to be awkward, because then they lay on the mommy talk and you're like, all right, well, now I feel a little predatory because you're not into this and I'm over here like, mommy this.
Yes.
And she is just super into women. Caught me off guard, like completely dominated the scene. And I was like, and he's a friend now, but it was the first day I met him. He was PAing on that set.
Who was it?
Brent from New Sensations. And he was like sitting there like, he was like, I feel like I'm watching National Geographic right now. He was like, he was like, I've never seen two girls go at it like this before. And it was just good. Like we did stuff that wasn't supposed to be in the scene. There was some booty play. And I was like, oh, like she was just so into it. And I love that scene. Like it came out so good because it was real.
Yes, exactly.
It was real. So, but yeah, I love that girl.
I love this. Wow, this is great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ava.
Okay.
I had so much.
No,
we have more questions.
No, let me see. Well, I do, but I think we're running out of time. But why don't you tell us any upcoming plans? I mean, we spoke a little bit about singing and stuff like that, but announce some more. Tell them.
I will be dropping music within the next few months. I'm like eventually. I'm going on my own time.
Yes, exactly.
But for this year, I'm taking a lot of time to really focus on my sites.
I love that.
So it's going to be more of what I enjoy, how I want it shot. I have a couple aesthetic visual ideas, but I think that's the biggest difference is that I just want to spend a lot more time on creating something that's me.
Yeah, great. And trusting the process and the timing.
And shooting with these boys that I want to shoot with.
And girls.
I know.
Ladies.
And girls. And this one right here. We still got to get that.
Yes. Oh yeah. We have so many ideas.
Ava's got my beehole for eternity.
Yes. Beehole training.
I've been preparing for
Good. No, you don't. Look, I'm the biggest bottom, but yet a great top. So I know how to penetrate the bunghole lovingly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Where you're going to be like, back it in.
I'll be like, Ava, I'm coming over tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
See, that's what I'm saying. Who needs men? We're over there. When you got Ava.
Or we could even share some.
I'm
we
down.
like that. Yeah.
We've got a few scenes we need to do.
I have a lot. Yeah. My brain's like
chicken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I see you and Rochelle, and you guys are always working on your brand and always. Yeah. And I feel like I see you guys, and because I look up to you guys. I know it sounds so corny, but I make a point to look at the women who have more success or who have been doing this for so long, because you guys clearly have gotten where you're at for a reason, right? And so when I talked, and I tell Rochelle this all the time, so when she talks about business, I just get quiet because I just soak it all in and I listen.
Yeah, she's like the hardest working woman I've
a
ever
monster.
Met. Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I need to work on being my brand and me instead of just like, hey, will you shoot me?
Yeah.
Will you shoot me?
Right? No, but guess what? They will.
Yeah.
They will, because your persona, your being, your energy speaks for itself, where we don't have to go, hey, they'll see it. Laws of attraction. They'll be so attracted that they're like
the mental shift.
Like, yeah. Right. Yeah. And we just got to unhinge that ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the tough part.
Yeah, no, but thanks for coming on, Mia.
Thank you so much, Ava.
Thank you. I love you so much.
I love you.
Any link tree, anywhere, where can they find you?
All of my hashtags are the real Mia James, or my links. The only one that's different is Instagram, and it's _Mia James. They didn't have my
Okay, so
Everyone took my Mia James.
that of course
I'm like the one that actually is important,
that's okay.
That's super important.
Because whoever has that name cannot live up to who you are. They got big shoes to fill. So fork that name over, fork that handle over.
I know, right?
Right?
Who do I have to pay?
Exactly.
Give me my name.
All right, you guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
That wraps up another episode of Ava Devine's Bad Advice. Who will be my next bad advice receiver? Got questions? Ask away. badadvicequestion@gmail.com. Maybe I can give you some bad advice.